Hello, it's James Shipley from Active Training World, and I'm here at Dorney Lakes, which means one thing: the Dorney Marathon is going ahead. You don't have to do it virtually or anything like that. You can come here on April 3rd and take place in a real life marathon with all the runners that are signed up with you. Yes, we know it has taken quite a while to get to this point, but we have all the approvals that we need in place now. The race is licensed, the council approved it, the venues approved it, so it's all going ahead, which is great news. We know you're thrilled. Quite a few of us have sent us the odd email or two wondering what's happening with it, but we're pleased to confirm it is definitely going ahead now. So all of that training and tapering and all that rest of that stuff has been worthwhile, and you will be able to complete your marathon on April the 3rd. So great news. What we will have to say though, the reason it is going ahead is we have to adhere to some pretty strict rules. There's lots and lots of things we've had to put in place in order to keep this event COVID secure. And one of them, probably the most unpopular things that we'll need to do, is this event is only for the competitors. So there won't be any spectators allowed on the course at all. So it's only for the runners. If you are having someone dropping you off to the race, the two options are they can stay in their car, or alternatively they'll have to leave the venue and then come back and pick you up after the event. So we know that's not great, but it is the only way this event has been able to take place. So that is just for competitors. And don't get us wrong, we know lots of people will be doing their very first marathons or aiming for a set time, and they would love for all these friends and family to be able to see them do it. But unfortunately, it's not going to be possible. So just competitors only at the event. The other stuff is we're going to be doing some time trial starts. So it's not going to be a big mass start with everybody going. So for those that have done a few Active Training World events over the last year, you'll already know how we manage this, and I imagine quite a lot of you would have taken place in the marathon here last October, so everything will be exactly the same as that. The way we do it is the sub 3 hour runners and the over 6 hour competitors will take this onto the start line at 9 a.m. and they'll be set off with runners 6 at a time on a bit of a Formula 1 grid, a couple of meters apart. And they'll head off out onto the course. It's 4 horseshoe style laps, and at the far end of the lake you'll pass the water station twice. So once on the first half of the horseshoe you'll pass the water station, and then again on the second half of the horseshoe. So roughly every 5k you'll pass a water station. One of the feedbacks we had from the last event was we had to pick up an unbelievable amount of gel wrappers. So we know you guys are all going to be using gels throughout the race, but could you please use the bins provided? We're going to put so many bins out there. Can you please make sure you hold on to your gel wrapper until you see a bin? We literally filled up 2 bags of gel wrappers after the event, and it's not great at all. So what we want you to do is please use the bins provided, so that it's not just a big unsightly mess of gel wrappers for everybody running around, and that would be very, very much appreciated. Okay, so after the sub 3 hours and the over 6 hour runners start at 9, the next group to go will be the 4 to 6 hour competitors. They're going to go off at 10 o'clock, and then the sub 4 hour runners will go off at 11 o'clock. So the reason we do this is some of the faster runners get pretty much a free rein of the course. So for all those ones really gunning for those sort of sub 2:30 times, they've got the opportunity to do that without having to do too much overtaking. But then also some of the ones that are going to take a little bit longer on the course, they don't have to run round on their own, because more and more runners will be joining them later on in the morning. You get lots of people all finishing roughly at the same time at the end of the day. So there's not those times where you're sort of running round for long distances completely on your own. So it created a really good atmosphere in October, and we're hoping for more of the same this time. Just where I am actually behind me, this is where your registration is going to be. So what will happen when you turn up on site, we'll have a parking team, and they'll let you know where to park. The first group will probably be on the hard standing down here at Dorney Lake, and then you'll be parked pretty much bumper to bumper all the way back up as far as you need to do, depending on how many cars do turn up on the morning. So once you turn up and you're parked up, if you head down to where this boathouse is, and behind me here, literally where it says College Centre, that's where the registration area is going to take place here, and that is not too far from the start line. So if I spin this camera around, here. So you've got this boat house behind me here. The start line is roughly going to be halfway along this boathouse, and that's where the start and the finish line is going to be as well, actually. So after you've registered, what we want you to do is to make your way behind the boathouse, and that over that area is where you'll find baggage, all the toilets, and your holding pens is all going to be behind the boathouse. And then when it gets closer to your start time, our marshals will actually bring you all the way around the back of the boathouse behind me here, and then you'll be brought alongside the boathouse and up to the start line. Your holding pens will match your race numbers, so your race numbers will have a different colour, and there'll be different coloured pens for you to line up at the start with people that are going to be round about your sort of start time as well. And then you'll be brought down to the starting line, and as I said, you'll start off in groups of 6. Also on the back of your race number is your timing chip. It'll have a foam strip on it. Please make sure you don't bend that or break that or rip it off or do anything crazy with it. Just leave that well alone. Just pin the number onto your running vest or t-shirt, and that will be absolutely great. Trying to think what else. So your baggage, we will be able to provide you a baggage area. We know obviously running a marathon, you are going to need to be able to leave a bag, especially since your car could be parked 5 or 10 minutes walk away. So in your reg packs there'll be a little slip of paper or a Tyvek baggage label. So just attach that to your bag. What we're going to do is grab all of those bags. We're going to place them into the baggage area, and then we're going to spray those with like an antibacterial spray. So in order to use that baggage area, you have to allow us to be able to spray that with the antibacterial spray. So what we're saying is, don't bring your very best branded bags or anything. Bring a cheap bag to put your stuff in that you won't mind that it has the bacterial spray. And then after, when you finish the race and come back to get your bag, we'll pass you that bag, and the marshals there will be wearing gloves and full PPE and all the rest of it, so it'll be nice and safe. Okay, so that is just about it. If you do have any questions, pop them in the comments below or drop us an email, and we'll do our very best to get back to you. But we're very much looking forward to seeing you on the 3rd. We know you're thrilled to hear the event is going ahead. We know there won't be many spectators, but we will do our very best to keep you entertained. There'll be music and commentators, and we'll do our very, very best to give you a really enjoyable experience. Well, as an enjoyable experience as running a marathon thing can be. So look forward to seeing you down here on April 3rd, and see you soon.